Ivy Park have officially parted ways with Adidas after missing its sales projections by over $200 million. I mean, $250 million of Ivy Park sales was a crazy projection to begin with. And so really this has made me question, like, why is it that Beyonce finds it difficult to sell anything that's not music related? I mean, she's had House of Leon, perfumes. I mean, she's done a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't really go crazy. The only thing that goes crazy is those Beyonce tour tickets, those albums, the merch shelves. Yeah, okay, those go crazy, but Beyonce can't sell a product, especially because we see her other musical peers like Rihanna, Kanye doing so well when they venture outside of music. It's really interesting to me why Queen Bee of all people cannot sell products outside of music. It's really weird. And so this video will be discussing the business history behind Ivy Park and the marketing fails that has led to Ivy Park's demise twice, because if you didn't know, they failed twice now. And stay to the end where I give you my recommendations on what Beyonce could have done better and what she should sell in order to make that bag. Girl, let me help you. Hi, my name is Bolaji. I'm a creative marketing consultant. I've worked with every brand imaginable and every type of business imaginable to help them think of creative marketing campaigns, and this is what I love to do. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So Ivy Park was released under Topshop, which at the time was like a British fashion giant. The idea of Ivy Park was fashion forward athleisure. And so the reason behind her deciding to create Ivy Park athleisure is because she's a dancer. So just right off the bat, for me, athleisure as Beyonce's product that she's gonna sell is really just so confusing to me for a myriad of reasons. A, Beyonce is not a fashion girly. B, Beyonce is a singer first. I don't think she's a dancer first, and she is an entertainer. But because we don't really see a lot of behind the scenes of Beyonce, like Beyonce is very much a finished product. We don't see her work out. We don't really see her even practice. All we see is her slay on stage. I mean, we've had a few documentaries where she has shown us that like side of her life, but in general, we don't really see that from Beyonce. So it's hard for me to imagine Beyonce in workout gear. Like when I think of Beyonce, I think of Beyonce in like a beautiful dress or in her little jumpsuits and the glitter around. Do you know what I mean? I see Beyonce as a finished product. I don't see her wearing athleisure. So Ivy Park, the fashion sportswear brand, whatever it is, didn't really align with her brand in any way, shape or form. And it came from a really confusing place of sales. So from the beginning, it just was very confusing. And on top of that, the first drop, there was no viral pieces in that drop. And we're going to get into that a bit later. There was no viral pieces. It wasn't cheaper than any other athleisure brand. It was even more expensive because obviously it has Beyonce's name attached to it. So like that's already going to mark up a bit more. There was no technological advances that made it, you know, unique or like I need to get this because it has this that nothing else has. And so nothing really about the first drop or any other drops so far have been standing out. Nothing has really gone crazy on the internet because there's nothing really unique or special about the clothes. I mean, I see the clothes and I'm like, these are ugly. I don't know, like there's some people that will probably find it really nice. You know, not me. And I think really Topshop was just essentially banking on the fact that it's Beyonce. So it's going to sell out because it's Beyonce. In 2016, their first year, they ended up losing $7 million. And so by the end of it, Beyonce decided to part ways with Topshop and buy back the name Ivy Park. So now she owned the name Ivy Park and was able to license it to other people. That's how we get to Ivy Park and Adidas. So in 2020, Parkwood, which is Beyonce's business that she owns, Adidas licenses the name Ivy Park from Parkwood. It seems to me like both Beyonce and Adidas were just capitalizing off of each other's brands, to be honest. I don't know why Adidas didn't see what happened with Topshop and think, maybe it's not gonna work, but they didn't think that. And you know, Beyonce, she didn't think, no one bought my last stuff, so maybe I should do something different. No, she's like, okay, I'm gonna do it Adidas this time, it should work. So that's what they did. Then changes from Ivy Park heavy designs to 3-stripe heavy designs. So we stopped seeing Ivy Park plastered everywhere and we start seeing 3-stripe logos. And there's a change in the look and style. And now it seems like they are targeting more Adidas customers, which makes sense because Adidas customers are more reliable because clearly Beyonce's fans are not buying the Ivy Park stuff. And so the collections released in 2020 did really well and they both sold out in minutes. Then in 2021, Ivy Park goes heavily towards the fashion forward athleisure, but now more on the fashion side, and it's no more about comfortability and practicality while looking cute. It's just now about looking cute. And so it does call into question, who exactly is supposed to wear this, okay? Because if I want to look cute, why would I want to wear sportswear? If I want to go to the club, I'm going to wear a cute dress. I'm not going to wear no Adidas. Like, that's not what I'm going to do. So she did an icy collection, which to me was just really off-brand. Beyonce is not known for being icy. That's not her brand. That's really not her. So I'm really confused why she even did this icy collection, but okay. Then also she did the rodeo collection, which to me just seemed like kind of trend hopping. I know obviously she's from Texas, so it's like, but at the same time, it's like, it's so off-brand, baby girl. Like, you do not do this cowboy shit no more. Like, that, you're not this cowboy girl no more. So what are you doing? So in 2021, they made 103 million, which was very good. But in 2022, Ivy Park made 43 million and they were projected to make 250 million. So that's where they get the whole 200 million missed the mark. But I'm like, why would you ever think Ivy Park was going to sell 250 million worth of sales? She's never ever done that. Like, every year she has lost money apart from the year prior. So where like, what's going on? So overall that year, they actually lost 10 million. The thing about Beyonce, she's still going to get her $20 million license fee because that's what it is, right? She's just getting paid for them to use her name. She probably has little to no say or even input in like what the designs are, what they look like, what colors they're gonna be. The babe just shows up, collects her money, does the little advert and goes. Pause. Before we get into the marketing breakdown of this video, I wanted to say that this video is sponsored by me. If you like videos breaking down marketing and business in pop culture, you would love my channel. I do this, like this I do for a living. And if you want to have a consultation with me about how I can help your brand, definitely click the link below in my description bar. But also don't forget to subscribe. It really does help my channel. And yeah, let's get back to the video. Okay, so marketing breakdown. What is Beyonce's personal brand? Now, I've done another video about Beyonce and I've said how she's been able to maintain success. Then the number one thing I said is that she is a mysterious motherfucker. And I'll continue to say this. However, this is where being mysterious doesn't help because no one really knows what Beyonce's personality is. And so it's very hard to really break down or even understand or really know where to go in terms of her personal brand because there's not a lot of personality that she shows. For me, I would say Beyonce's brand is about being a boss, being a diva, being queen bee, being that bitch. Like, to me, she wants to give perfection. She's a Virgo. Virgos love perfection. They are perfectionists. So that's really what she gives me, like, yeah, boss bitch energy. When she's making this athleisure, it's just so off because a lot of people are like, girl, what is this? Like, what's going on? And then to make matters worse, right, she doesn't wear the clothes. She will wear the clothes in the ads, but that's it. You don't see Beyonce walking around in Ivy Park. I've literally never seen, like, even just like a little t-shirt, just Ivy Park. You don't see Beyonce in it. You don't see Jay-Z in it. You don't even see Blue Ivy, the owner of Ivy Park. She's not even wearing Ivy Park. She doesn't even talk about the brand. Like, I don't even know if I've ever heard her even say Ivy Park. She might, I don't know, does she do press? She doesn't even do press. Obviously, no behind the scenes of her designing the clothes or even her saying how passionate she is about this project. You don't get that. So, like, if Beyonce herself isn't even wearing the clothes, why would anybody else wear these clothes? One thing about Kanye, he's always in Yeezy. I think, like, ever since he created Yeezy, like, those are the only shoes he wears. I don't know, don't quote me on that. But what I'm just saying is that Kanye wears his clothes. Rihanna, you will see her put the Fenty makeup on her skin. Like, stuff like that reassures the buyers that, okay, you believe in this, so I believe in this. But if I'm only seeing you wear it in an ad, like in an ad, not even like an Instagram ad where you wore it, like, no, just an actual ad, then I'm not gonna buy it. It's just giving like you're just modeling these clothes, but they're not something you personally believe in or in the brand. So like compared to Yeezy, Fenty, Skims, like these people seem very passionate about their companies. Like Rihanna seems passionate about Fenty. Kim Kardashian seems passionate about Skims. Like, you see she cares about it. It's in the show, it's in her Instagram, it's everywhere. Like Skims. You'll see her in the warehouse with the picture of Skims. Like, she actually like goes to the warehouse, probably speaks to her designers, probably speaks to the, like, she's involved in the day-to-day processes of her company. But Beyonce does not seem involved in Ivy Park in any way, shape or form. Another thing about Fenty and Skims and Yeezy and the rest of them is that they had viral pieces. Like, remember the Red Octobers? The Red Octobers went crazy, and that was what validated Kanye as like, okay, yeah, he's a fashion head, he's a sneaker head, we're gonna trust him. Rihanna, what did she do? She made 40 shades. That was revolutionary at the time. She made 40 shades of foundation. She was the only person to do that. Can you imagine a celebrity being the only person to do that before all of these established, well-established makeup brands? That was what gave Rihanna the validation that, yeah, you know, okay, we're gonna trust this girl. She knows about her makeup because she did something that no one else did before. So they all have had viral pieces, I think, because they were passionate about it, so they thought about it, or maybe they hired people that could think about it. But with Beyonce, there is no viral piece because there's nothing, you can tell she's not in it. So it's like there's nothing about her or the things she does that makes it unique or special, or like she thought about doing this, like she's been thinking about this for a long time. We don't get that. Even when she's paying influencers to wear her Ivy Park, you never see regular people just walking around. I never see people wearing Ivy Park. I never see celebrities wearing Ivy Park either. I don't see Beyonce wearing no one wears Ivy Park. So another issue is that Ivy Park has no deep value proposition and no clear target audience. We were speaking about it earlier. Who is she targeting with this athleisure? I don't know. People who like to wear tracksuits to the club, maybe? I don't know. Because a lot of these clothes, right, are too nice and too damn expensive to work out in, but not nice enough to wear to the club. So it's like, where are we wearing these items to? There was one particular piece where it was like a latex dress, like a latex sports dress. So you can't work out in latex, but who is wearing latex to the club? Like, this is what's not making sense. Like, where do we wear these items to? And for a lot of these things, I personally believe that they were like designed for Beyonce. Like, only someone like Beyonce can wear that, where you can just walk around wearing something ridiculous and no one's gonna judge you because you're already famous. And lastly, the price point is incredibly expensive, right? Because I could go and maybe spend $100 and buy an Ivy Park hoodie, or I could spend $50 and buy an Adidas hoodie, right? But they're from the same factory, made by the same brand. The only difference is one says Ivy Park and it's from Beyonce, and one just says Adidas. So I think for a lot of people, it's like, why would I go and spend all that money on Ivy Park when I could just buy something from Adidas and it hits the same? For a lot of consumers, there was no need to buy Ivy Park because I could just go and get it for better and for cheaper and for nicer. So I'm just gonna list off a list of the marketing fails and the business issues that led to Ivy Park's demise. Okay, let's go into it. Ivy Park is literally named after Beyonce's daughter. So to me, it's like an incredibly forgettable brand. No offense, but it's just like, if I want to buy like a Beyonce thing, I probably want it to say Beyonce, if I'm being honest, or I want it to be something to do with Beyonce. It's like Ivy Park is kind of like a random name, and it kind of like, even though it is very highly associated with Beyonce, it's also just like, what even is it? Because it's not even Blue Ivy's full name. Like, if it was Blue Ivy, then I think it'd even be like a stronger association. But when I just see Ivy Park, I'm just like, just a bit confused. Compare that to something like Skims, where Kim is literally in the middle of Skims. It's like, that is so strongly associated with Kim and her brand. And even though we'll be saying Skims and we're not realizing we're saying Kim in the middle of it, I just think Ivy Park is just, it's a bit random. Like, I know it's her daughter's name, don't get me wrong, and I know it was named after a park that she used to train in, that's why Ivy Park, but I'm just like, girl, it's a marketing fail. I'm sorry. Lastly, I feel like we have to also remember celeb brands have to be pushed by celebs. Apparently, Kylie Jenner's brand, Kylie Cosmetics, took a 50% drop in sales when she took some time off to stop posting on Instagram because of her baby and her being pregnant and stuff like that. So that just goes to show, like, when you have these celebrity endorsed brands, you have to be the face of it and you have to push it, especially if you don't have a viral or statement piece like I was talking about, where that can kind of work for you and the quality is so good that it speaks for itself. Okay, so this is not a video to simply just slate Beyonce or slate Ivy Park. Beehive, do not get me. We are just talking about the business of Ivy Park and why it did not do well, because obviously Beyonce is so successful in so many other arenas. So I'm like, well, what's going on here? And when I did this deep dive, I was like, okay, it does make sense. And I think a lot of it is just to do with like how off the branding is and how off the whole thing is in general. So what would I do differently? What would I recommend? Let me tell you. Bodysuits. You know, she always wears those sheer bodysuits with the glitter and stuff like that. I think she could actually sell that and it would sell out. Like something like that. Beyonce is known for a good bodysuit. Give us a bodysuit. Give us a high quality bodysuit. I would buy, seriously. And it doesn't even have to be something easy accessible. Make it expensive. I don't care. People would buy that because it's like a Beyonce bodysuit. She could have called it Bay suit. Give me my coins for that. Next, shapewear. I think Beyonce could have also sold shapewear, and I think people would buy Beyonce shapewear because the girl looks good and she's always in kind of like tight makeup. I think she did BB creams, foundation, because she has such beautiful flawless skin and she always kind of does that no makeup. So I think if she did like BB creams, mascara, skincare, I think she could sell that and that would do really well. Danceable heels. Because Beyonce can dance in a heel. She can dance in a boot. Girl, sell a boot. Sell a boot. People, I will buy it. Because if you telling me that in this boot that Beyonce is selling, or this heel that Beyonce is selling, I can dance like she is, I'm going to buy it. Lastly, I think even blonde wigs. Because you know what? Beyonce has been blonde since the day we met her. Girl, sell some blonde wigs, sell some blonde extensions. We want to be Beyonce blonde. We want to be Beyonce blonde. Overall, to conclude, this was a cash grab, okay? You're not going to tell me it's not a cash grab. It's a cash grab, okay? And I respect it. Beyonce, get your $20 million licensing fee. Who am I to judge? Okay, if you want to give me $20 million, I'll do it. With a lot of Beyonce products that she has sold, I think her personal brand is missing from it. And that's the reason why they don't sell out. That's the reason they don't go viral. I think if she was able to connect more with the products she was selling and actually want to sell them, and I think if she wasn't just doing it for money, but actually doing it because she was passionate, I do think it would sell out. You know what I mean? Beyonce has fans and they are willing to spend money. They spend, like, if you can spend $800 on a concert ticket or $1,000 a concert ticket, you can spend $60 on like a hoodie. It's just that it needs to be a hoodie that you back all the way and you support all the way. And Beyonce does not do that. I think she should have pinpointed something about her identity or about her personality that would have sold. Why would she have done athleisure because she's a dancer when everybody knows Beyonce to be a singer and entertainer? That was just... like, I genuinely wanted to be at that meeting when they were discussing it because I don't get it. I don't get it. But yes, honestly, that is all. I feel like I've spoken so much. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about everything to do with Ivy Park. And I really hope that you learned something from this. If you like this video, you will definitely like my video about Beyonce and how she's been able to maintain relevancy over the last like 20 years that she's been around, because she's been around for so long. So yeah, if you like that, it should be somewhere here. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to book a consultation with me, the link is in my description. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.